Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rival. Welcome back to another episode of the South Carolina Gamecocks Dynasty here on EA Sports College Football 25, and today we have arguably our toughest challenge of the season. We head between the hedges in Athens, Georgia to face the number 11th ranked Georgia Bulldogs, who are actually coming off a loss last week. So they're not going to be too happy to be playing us this week, and we got to somehow beat them. The Bulldogs are my preseason national championship favorites, and we see them today on the road. So if you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Dynasty Mode content. As it will be the Gamecocks starting off the football. They're coming off a loss of their own as they lost to Florida pretty badly last week. And these two teams did meet last year as well, and it was Georgia who won 46-14 in Columbia. So looking for some better faith here. As on 1st and 10, we're going to start off with the run. Get the ball to our best player, but man only gets 3 as Lorenzo Cobb brings him down. 2nd and 7, trying to reverse here, get the ball in Elijah Caldwell's hands, but he's got nowhere to go. The Bulldogs rally to the football. Loss of 4, that's Kai Bates, the Florida State transfer, with the tackle. And on 3rd and 7, Reno misses his target. Could have had a first down there. Instead, it's a 3 and out for the Gamecocks, and they'll give the football over to Georgia's offense, led by Tommy Newman, the redshirt senior impact quarterback, as he'll start this drive at his own 41, getting good field position as they bring a man across the formation and dump it off to him, but he's got nowhere to go. Good job by Ogbog Bemiga, who gets the stop. Loss of 1 now, 2nd and 11. Newman to throw again, looks across the middle, and this time he's got his tight end, Jaden Riddell, the senior, with the first down. You can see both players' numbers this season. Both pretty decent quarterbacks in the SEC, not elite. They've gotten the job done. 1st and 10, a handoff that's smothered by Colby Boyette for a gain of 1. 2nd and 9, Boyette there again, but this time nice moves by Jaquez Smith. That's the former Temple Owl who has a first down. 7 touchdowns on the season for him. Is on 3rd and 5. They bring figures in formation, and they're actually going to dump it to him. And he makes a nice move, gets a little bit of extra yardage, and it makes it 2nd and 7. Newman goes play fake here. And he has a man right in his face. That's Obena Onwuka, the West Virginia transfer, with a sack. Working on impact tackle Bo Hewley that time. As on 3rd and 4 now, Newman dumps his short incomplete, and Georgia will actually punt the football away. It's a good bend for don't break defense by the Gamecocks. Gets the football back. As on 1st and 10, a dump off for Hajrulahu, who gets a first down. Nice running there. Man checks back in on the next play in the pistol, and he gets a good run. Good block by Jason Beckett outside, springs him for 30. And man is in the red zone now. 5 carries, 49 yards for the star freshman. As the next play, it's a pitch for DeBron Gatling, trying to get him more involved in the offense. He's been quiet the past few weeks. He gains 1, now 2nd and 9, trying to change the play, but you can't hear in here. It is loud in Athens, and now you got a flag on the Gamecocks, and this is just what happens when you have such a loud crowd. Georgia, one of the toughest places to play. All discombobulated, now holding on Josiah Thompson. Makes it 2nd and 18. Reno goes play fake, man right in his face, but somehow dumps it off to Beckett. And at least we get positive yardage out of it, a pickup of 8. Makes it 3rd and 10. Gamecocks go empty. Reno to throw, looks short, has his man Allgaier, but he's not going to get the first. And he'll set up a 29-yard field goal try from left hash for Mason Love. And the senior kicker lines it up, and the kick is up, and it just squeezes in. The Gamecocks are on the board first. They lead 3-0. Georgia's second drive of the game. Here they are, 2nd and 8. They're actually going to go backwards. False start on Hewley. Not the best start for the redshirt senior impact tackle. Now 2nd and 13. Newman changes some things up. They go play fake. Looks across the middle, and this one's incomplete. Get hit by Boyette trying to find Nitro Tuggle across the middle. Now 3rd and 13. Newman throws it. It's a good ball, but it's incomplete. I think Kaufman got a hand in there. Forces another punt, and after a quarter, the Gamecocks lead this one 3-0. You see Uga in his house. The defense playing good again today. I've been very impressed with South Carolina's defense. And it continues here as we begin the second quarter. Gamecocks trying to line up a 38-yard field goal, and Mason Love drills this one. So South Carolina now up 6-0 to begin the day. But you need some touchdowns against Georgia. Field goals will only get you so far. 1st and 10 from the 25, handoff Smith. He picks up 7. as the former Temple Owl with another good gain. Second 3-play fake here. Newman wants the deep ball, throwing it up for Figures, who gets behind the defense, and a beautiful throw. 75-yard touchdown to Nate Figures, who's only getting the start in place for the injured Damon Elmore, and he puts the Bulldogs out in front. A beautiful throw by Newman, his 20th touchdown pass of the season. And now South Carolina playing from behind. Second and 4, out to Paquette, but a great job out there by Blaine Bragg, one of the best corners in the SEC, to break that one up before he can bust off a big gain. Makes it now 3rd and 3, and looking for Paquette, but a bad throw, and I don't even think Paquette was looking for the football. South Carolina's offense starting to stagnate again. Next drive for the Bulldogs, out in the flat, this one dumped off. Riddell has it, pick up a 5, second catch of the day for him. Second and 5, bringing Tuggle in motion again, just trying to get him the football, but good rally, actually broken ankles. Tuggle makes something out of nothing and picks up 3 on his first rushing attempt of the day, as that one was a backwards pass. 2 tight ends, 3rd and 2, handoff for Smith, and he just gets enough yardage. The ground and pound of the Bulldogs gets it done as they move the chains now to the 31. As Smith tries to bounce it outside, but gets wrapped up by DVD, but Vincent Douglas is hurt on the play. He wouldn't be out for long, though, as it is 3rd and 6 now. Newman, clean pocket, time to throw, but it runs out, and it's incomplete. And Georgia will actually kick the field goal. They go up 10-6 as we head to the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 4, South Carolina football, short, and Ryder has a first down. Close, but they're going to give it to Ryder, who gets his first grab of the day. And now South Carolina in drain clock mode. They're in 1st and goal, but they don't want to give the Bulldogs a lot of time. It's a nice spin by man, keeps the football in bounds. 2nd and goal, man stopped at the goal line. But this play is not going to count. They're going to get Roundtree on a hold. It has not been the best year for the Gamecock left guard. 2nd and goal now from the 12. 40 seconds to go, empty. Reno moves to his right, dumps it off short, has Algier, but he gets minimal yardage. Now 3rd and goal. Gamecocks don't call a timeout. They're letting the clock run deep. 7 seconds to go when this one snapped. Reno's got to be careful here. Almost takes a sack, but throws it out of bounds, which will set up the field goal try with 3 seconds to go. 26 yards from the right hash for Mason Love, who's 2 for 2 on the day. And this one, he doinks off the upright. No good. So the Gamecocks come up empty as the half ends. And Georgia will take a 10-6 lead into the break. As the big play touchdown to Nate Figures was the spotlight. But other than that, the defense has played really good for the Gamecocks. Just need more out of the offense. Field goals are not going to get it done against the Dogs, who will win this game. Close one here. As Bulldogs will start off with the football in the second half. It's a pitch play, but nowhere to go. Good job by Colby Boyette again. After a gain of 1, empty now for Newman. 4-man rush, looks across the middle, has a man open, is caught. Figures with a big grab in the first half. Gets his 3rd of the day. He's got 85 yards. 3rd and 1. Handoff to Smith. He gets it and a lot more. Good blocking on Umeozulu to move him out the way. And that's the best run of the day for the redshirt senior, who's got 8 for 53. Now the Bulldogs in plus territory. At the 46, Newman rolls, dumps it off for the tight end, but Bryce Reeves is there. Nice tackle in the open field, gets 1. 2nd and 9, handoff Smith, and he's going to pick up 5, making a much more manageable 3rd and 4. We'll see what Georgia does here. They're going to throw it. Short at the sticks, caught. That's Figures having a good day. His 4th grab and a chain mover. 1 second on the game clock. They just get the snap off, hand it off to Smith, and he gets 5 before being brought down. Now they go play fake, 2nd and 5. Newman clean pocket, but dumps it off short out of bounds. Lives to fight another day, makes it a big 3rd and 5. You can see Newman's numbers. You take away the big bomb, it hasn't been the best day for him. 3rd and 5, trying to set up a screen for Smith. He's got it, and he will not get there. Marked a yard shy. Instead of taking the 52-yard field goal try for the true freshman, they're going to keep the offense on the field. Kirby Smart going to go for it here, get a little aggressive. They get a man to jump, but no snap. Now they snap it after he gets back on sides, but it's going to be a first down. The TCU transfer by way of the Texas Longhorns. Quintrevion Wisner with his first carry, and it's a first down. Now at the 17, Newman looks left, and he overthrows. Good coverage by Bryce Reeves. 2nd and 10, Newman. Holding call on the play, it looks like, as this one is dumped off short for Nitro Tuggle. But again, they're going to get Bo Hewley on the hold. It's not been the best day for the senior tackle. I expect to be one of the first linemen off the board in the NFL draft. Not a good day for him here. 2nd and 20, handoff, and this time Smith won't go much distance, maybe 1. 3rd and 19, and there's pressure. It's Vic Burley, the Appalachian State transfer by way of Clemson, with the sack, and that knocks Georgia out of field goal range. They'll punt it, so they eat up 8 minutes of clock, and they get no points on it. Gamecocks will start this drive their own 2, though, so they'll have to go 98 yards if they want to score their first touchdown. They start off with a 4-yard run. 2nd and 6, now out for Caldwell, and he picks up a first down, and now South Carolina at least has some breathing room. Reno 18 for 23 on the day. At the 13, Reno looks short, but he misfires. Seen a couple of those today. It's a little bit too loud in here for him to be on task. 2nd and 10, Wade Mann with a great carry. Picks up 13, 15 for 86 for him on his 20th touch. 1st and 10, bubble screen out wide for Caldwell again. This time he picks up 4. Now 2nd and 6, trying to set up a screen for John Hajrulahu, but it's red. Kay Bates out there again with the stop. And now it's 3rd and 4. Reno rolls to his right, sets, fires, and he's intercepted. Picked off by Quintavious Johnson, the redshirt junior linebacker. Great coverage downfield. Reno trying to force something, and it ends up being intercepted, and it puts the Georgia Bulldogs already at the 34 of South Carolina, but they're going to start going backwards. The Mississippi State transfer Caleb Bryant with his first TFL of the day. Now 3rd and 8 for Georgia. Newman in the pocket, rolls to his left, and he's going to go down again. Obenonwuka for the 2nd time today with a sack. Marcus Easley hurt, and that's a big one because it knocks Georgia out of field goal range again. And that'll bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. No scoring. Georgia up 10-6. As we got a close one here in Athens. You can take a look at the top 25 rankings. Bulldogs to use a big win here. Start this quarter 3rd and 16. Reno off the play fake takes a sack, and that's what you can't do there. Because now it's a 52-yard field goal. C.J. Cheeks up the middle, the 4-star freshman from McDonough, Georgia. Sets it up 52 yards for Mason Love, and he misses this one. 2nd miss of the day for Love. It's wide right, and it stays a 4-point deficit. If you make both those field goals, we are leading. 3rd sack of the day for Obenonwuka on 3rd down. At least ends it, and Georgia gives the football right back. A great day for Onwuka. He's been our best pass rusher this year. The only problem is the offense doesn't do anything either. 3rd and 9 dumped off short and not close to the marker. And both offenses getting stifled so far today. Less than 10 minutes here at the midfield. It's a screen for Wisner, and he picks up 5 out on the left side. 2nd and 5 now. Newman in the gun. And it's a give to Wisner again, and he's going to pick up a 1st down. Georgia trying to add some more points. 2nd carry of the day. Picks up 7. Now 1st and 10. Smith checks back in, but nowhere to go. Colby Boyette with his 5th tackle of the day. Loss of 1. Now 3rd and 10. Newman to throw. Rolls to his left. Feels the pressure. Dumps it to the sidelines. And again, Georgia will punt the football away. South Carolina's defense keeping them in this one. But you got to see more out of the offense. A good run here for Mann, but it's going to be called back. Another holding call on South Carolina. Sloppy offensive line blocking today. They've been overmatched, and they've been holding because of it. They get Jason Samandela that time. 1st and 19, trying to set up a screen for Mann, get him in space, but he's tracked down by KJ Bolden, the former 5-star from Buffer, Georgia. And now it's 3rd and 14. Reno rolls back, tries to make something happen, but just dumps it out of bounds. Another missed drive here for the Gamecocks, and now we're at the 2-minute warning. Georgia up by 4. A couple of 1st downs might end this one. 2nd and 10. Smith is stopped. Great play by Derek Vincent Douglas, the former Alabama transfer. And now you got 3rd and 10. They're going to throw it, though. Georgia wants the 1st down through the air. Newman has plenty of time. Only a 3-man rush, but he dumps it off short for Nitro Tuggle. He's 6 yards shy. But he does set up Georgia for a 43-yard field goal. And Ogbaninia will nail it. And it's 13-6, Georgia. That's a big one, because now a touchdown is needed to tie. Got a minute 40 to go. Reno's had a couple of big drives. We need another one here, arguably the biggest one of his career. Starts off with 8 to Vernon Ryder. Now 2nd and 2, blitz, but Reno wants the deep ball for Russell, but it's knocked away by Blaine Bragg. I don't know if I'd challenge him deep. Now you got a big 3rd and 2. This place is rocking. Reno takes the snap, looks short. Biquette holds on. It's a first down, a big one. And they'll hurry to the line, not using their last timeout. They hike it with 1:20 left. Reno drops back under some pressure. He's trying to make something happen, and he takes a sack. That's the one thing you can't do. A loss of 19. South Carolina has to burn their final timeout. Now it's 2nd and 29. Short for Biquette. He gets some yardage, but again, the clock's going to run. Now 40 seconds, and it's 3rd and 18. Georgia brings the pressure. Reno wants the deep ball for DeBron Gatling, who gets behind the defense to the 17. In South Carolina now in business as they hurry to the line. 30 seconds to go. Play fake. Reno looking across the middle. He's got Caldwell down to the 1. Remember, no timeouts as they get back to the line. 25 seconds and the clock is ticking. It's down to 10 now. At the 1-yard line. Reno to throw. You can't take a sack. He looks across the middle. Almost gets picked off. And would have ended the game, but it went right through the hands of KJ Bolden. Now 6 seconds. Reno across the middle, and he's got a touchdown. It's caught. And the Gamecocks are a extra point away from tying this one. I cannot believe what we've just seen. Mason Love with the kick is up, and looks like we're going to overtime. There is 1 second left. Newman actually will try a Hail Mary. I thought they would just knee it out. But he's going to try to launch it. He steps up, fires. This is a heck of a throw. Almost gets to the end zone, but it's intercepted by Jeff Rubin. And Rubin with some space to return. He goes left, but he's going to be brought down. And for the first time in this series, we are heading to overtime. 13-all here in Georgia. If you remember the last time these two teams met and went to overtime, 2019. Number 3 Georgia versus South Carolina. And the Gamecocks won. It was the last time South Carolina has beaten Georgia. We'll see if lightning can strike twice. Overtime rules in effect. Georgia wins the toss, so South Carolina will start off with the football first at the 25. Both teams will get a possession as the Gamecocks will bring the offense on the field. Bunch to the right, Reno to throw on first down, and it's off the helmet of a defensive lineman, incomplete. 2nd and 10, empty. Reno short. This one batted down, and just like that, it's 3rd and 10, and the Gamecocks haven't moved the football once. 3 straight passes. Reno looks right side. It's incomplete, and they have to attempt what is going to be a 42-yard field goal for Mason Love. It's right down the middle as Love will kick in. He hooks it. No good. And the Gamecocks get nothing on their drive. Georgia needs a field goal. That's all they need to win it. They start off handing it off. No, they go play fake. Newman wants the dagger across the middle. It's caught. And now Georgia's down to the 8. Don't tell me how this is how it's going to end. Handoff Smith left side. He finds the end zone in 2 plays. The Bulldogs end it, walking it off in overtime. 19-13. Heartbreaking fashion for the Gamecocks. And talk about an anticlimactic finish. We brought it back to overtime and then just went out with a whimper. Georgia picks up their 58th win of the series, as that is their 6th in a row against South Carolina. Nate Figures is your player of the game, and this is a tough one, man. We had Georgia on the ropes. We brought it to overtime, but we couldn't kick. 3 missed field goals from Mason Love, and we lose. The defense played great. I just think they had no sort of emotion left in that overtime fashion. They just saw the offense go 3 and out and miss a kick, and we lose. South Carolina, a tough loss. Lost 2 straight now. You can probably kiss goodbye to an SEC championship berth. I really thought this could be a year we do something, and I hate that we lost this game. We get one piece of good news. 4-star Andy Everett commits, the Baltimore, Maryland representative, and he's a pretty good middle linebacker. I think he might switch to left outside linebacker early in his career, but I think if he develops, he could switch back to middle. So good news there, but we also get some bad news. 5-star quarterback Monty Sherry is committed to Notre Dame, and he had us locked out, so we kind of saw this one coming. But even worse, Dalvin Madu commits to Duke. The 5-star athlete from Rockingham, North Carolina, is a Blue Devil. That would have been a game changer. I thought we had a big chance to get Madu. Instead, we lose out on both 5-star quarterbacks. Thankfully, we at least got Shaquille Brock last episode, but that hurts as well. Not a good week for Gamecock fans. Obenawuka is also Defensive Player of the Week, so that helps. Well, around the country, Texas Tech gets a huge win. The defending runner-ups upset Kansas State. Michigan beats Iowa. Auburn knocks off Florida. The Tigers are for legit this year, which is great because we got to play Auburn. And then finally, they have a big matchup this week against Tennessee. But let's take a look at the scores. UConn starts it off on Monday, beating Fresno State by 2. And then on Wednesday, UCF goes to Buffalo and spoils some action for them. Ohio State on Thursday beats Purdue 24-14. And then we get to the Saturday games. Alabama loses to Texas. Longhorns rout the Crimson Tide. Colorado beats Arizona on the road. And then we see Missouri knock off Ole Miss. 2 good wins for the Tigers. Vanderbilt drops to Arkansas, who we'll see it next week. We saw Texas Tech beat Kansas State, drops the Wildcats all the way from 5-20. San Jose State over Nevada. UCLA beats Northwestern by a touchdown. Definitely the best season we've seen out of the Bruins. Michigan in the game of the week knocks off Iowa. The Wolverines seem like they're in a class of their own this year. Washington over Nebraska. Florida State with a victory over North Carolina. Temple knocks off Memphis. I was completely wrong about the Tigers this year. Western Kentucky on the road with a big win in the Conference USA. Louisiana in the Sun Belt over Arkansas State. Navy gets a win on the road against Tulsa. We see South Alabama over Texas State. Georgia Tech, they beat SMU 35-26. The Yellow Jackets having a good year. Texas A&M over Kentucky. Oregon knocks off Utah State in a non-conference clash. Sigh. Auburn, a 1-point victory over Florida. The Tigers are legit. And then Duke with a victory over NC State. And they took our quarterback. Notre Dame, nice win for them over Wake Forest a week after the Demon Deacons got their first win. And then Pittsburgh knocks off Cal. Baylor on the road over Utah in the Big 12. And then Penn State steals the trophy away from Michigan State. Oregon State in a close one knocks off Rutgers. And then BYU stays undefeated, routing Arizona State. UMass gets a win in the MAC over Eastern Michigan. And then Boise State with a 12-point victory over USF. Tulane, 3-0 in the AAC, takes care of Army. Iowa State knocks off Oklahoma State. Cincinnati, back in the rankings with a victory. Indiana on the road against the Illini in the Battle of I-teams. Oklahoma knocks off Mississippi State. And then Charlotte with a touchdown victory over ECU. UNLV gets it done on the road against UTEP in the Mountain West. And then Old Dominion over James Madison in a rivalry game. USC barely beat San Diego State. That was a close one. And then Liberty stays undefeated, still not ranked. They beat Sam Houston. Tennessee, before the big clash with Auburn, knocked off LSU. Disappointing year for the Tigers. Southern Miss with a touchdown victory over UL Monroe. New Mexico State over FIU. Miami puts up 50 on Louisville. Miami and Michigan are the top 2 teams by far in the country. TCU over Houston. Toledo gets a big victory on the road. Clemson up to 3 still with a victory over Virginia Tech. Boston College now ranked, knocking off Stanford. And Central Michigan gets a victory over Bowling Green. Your players of the week, UNLV's JT Odom had 2 sacks and a forced fumble and 2 fumble recoveries. And then Jeff Shaver with 4 touchdowns for Iowa State. And then we know Onwuka and then Jaylen Brown, the big game, despite the Gators losing. Here are your rankings this week. Obviously, Kansas State dropping is the big one. UAB up to number 5 now. The Blazers continue just to be the best team in the group of 5. Iowa only goes down 5 with their loss, and then you can see a lot of teams joining the rankings this week. A&M, Colorado, Oklahoma, Cincinnati, and Boston College in the top 25. Big games this week. Oregon plays host to Penn State in the Big 10, and then BYU gets their toughest challenge in their undefeated season against Colorado. Georgia will play host to Texas A&M, and then Tennessee, Auburn, the best SEC clash. We also have an SEC match of our own this week. We play Arkansas, and this is a huge game for the Gamecocks because this will probably be our easiest game the rest of the week. A must-win for South Carolina. I mean, because if you want to know the 4 teams we close against this year, Tennessee, Auburn, Texas, and Clemson. So yeah, this is a game you got to win. You got to win against Arkansas. Then you have to steal one in the Final Four if you want to make a bowl game. We always have the gauntlet at the end of the season. And it's no different this year. But hopefully we can introduce that gauntlet with the victory over Arkansas. They're no slouch of a team. I think this is a victory we should pick up. But don't sleep on the Razorbacks. They gave us a tough challenge a year ago. But thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was a heartbreaking finish. But we came so close to beating the Georgia Bulldogs. One day we will start to beat these teams consistently. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below. Especially if you want more Dynasty Mode content. This is Mr. Rob. And I'll see you in the next one.